welcome to another edition of Under the Hat. I'm your host today, Sydney, and it's a bit of a sad time because Bellboy is unfortunately not going to be with us this Under the Hat. He's a bit ill at the moment, so all I've got to say is get well soon, Bellboy. But what I'm going to bring to you today is an Under Your Hat special to Emmett PV2 out there. So I hope you enjoy this one. Now Emmett PV2, he asked, what are your favourite current wrestlers in the WWE? But when I wanted to answer this question, I wanted to answer it with who is doing the best at this particular time. Now Undertaker, for me, is an absolute legend, and he still kicks ass today, still doing brilliantly. But if I had to say who is my top wrestler in the Federation, I would definitely say Undertaker. But as he's not doing so well at the moment, I wouldn't say that he would be my number one. Same with Shawn Michaels, brilliant wrestler of all time, but will he get into my top 5? Well, let's see. Now, we'll start off with number 5. Coming in at number 5 would be the Game, Triple H. Now Triple H, I love the guy. I've always loved him throughout the history of the company. But I saw his last title reign as being a bit boring and went on for a little bit too long. But the upside is he's always at main event status, which could be considered a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know, let me know. But I see it as he's got to be in the main event picture, but he doesn't always need to be in the title matches. He was brilliant with his promos, brilliant at holding the belt, but was a little bit boring. But he does, you know, he's going to hold the belt well whenever he's got it, but it did tend to be a little bit boring. But nevertheless, still interesting to watch, still can wrestle. I mean, he's always been one of the best wrestlers in the company. Still to this day, I'm not the biggest lover of Triple H. You probably noticed by now, but he would get number 5 for me. Coming in at number 4, we have Chris Jericho. Y2J, Chris Jericho. Now, I mean, Chris Jericho has always been one of my favourites as well. Probably not in my top 5, but he is a brilliant wrestler. He can wrestle really well. He's got a lot of charisma. Well, he used to, but his mic skills have they've taken a whole flip role reversal from being the charismatic Ayatollah of rock and roller to a bit of a boring school prefect, if you were. The way he's sort of in his suits, coming down, very serious all the time, but it makes you love to hate him. I mean, he's just someone that you despise, and he doesn't care. He seems to despise or act like he despises everyone. Now I saw it that his gimmick of being Y2J, Ayatollah, a rock and roller, Raw is Jericho sort of character, it wasn't really working for him. He had to change, and he did it. He changed everything. Changed his haircut, his attire, to those pants that he wears, those little underpants that he wears. Might not look as good, but it does make you hate him even more. He has these feuds where he just will not let things go. Now, I just love this about the guy. I mean, I didn't like it at first, but I see that he's doing really well with it now, and I hope it grows from strength to strength. He's been a good heel and a good face in the history of his character, but I see him taking a next level with this heel turn. He needs to really sort of get into the league of, say, Edge. Now speaking of Edge, number 3, we got the R-rated superstar. Edge hasn't been back in it for very long, granted. I mean, you could probably criticise me for putting him at number 3 because he has only been back since Survivor Series. Now, the thing about Edge is he is at the top of his game now. I mean, even having left the company, people were missing him. He's just, once he comes back into the WWE, business picks up. And business has damn right picked up with Edge being in it. He won the title on his return. I mean, that's hardly ever done. And I'm glad that he did it. With his alliance with Vicky Guerrero, he just seems to take over the show. And that's why I definitely have to put him at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we've got Randy Orton. Now Randy Orton, since he's been back from his injury as well, he's formed an alliance which has really got the makings of being something big next year. He's forming the Legacy, which started off as Cody Rhodes and Manu. You're gonna see a lot of third generation superstars now joining the ranks. Randy Orton is at the top of it. Since he's come back, he's a heel that you don't want to mess with. Someone that all the superstars respect as being one of the top superstars in the roster. Now, he hasn't lost it at all. If anything, he's gained a peg or two in my estimations. He's got the new music, the new attitude. He's going to start running things with this Legacy faction. He is not to be messed with. And that's why I definitely have to put him in at number 2. Right, let's get on to the Nookie Crookie. Now, at number 1, my top hat. See if you agree with this one. But the person at this very moment in time, who is my current favourite wrestler, is Jeff Hardy. Now Jeff Hardy, he's always been that mid-card person. He's been in it for years. Since he's come back, since he's worked so hard for it, people have wanted to see him as the champion. He's the champion now. He's one of the biggest fan favourites that there ever has been. His mic skills have been improved. He's just solely concentrating on being at the top of his game. And he can be a bit unreliable. But saying that, since recently, at the moment, he has been a very motivated, hard-working, best performers in the WWE. Now I hope his title reign goes on for a long time because he has worked hard for it, and I hope that all the doubters out there that say he can't carry the belt, I hope he shows them wrong. He'd definitely be my number 1, and I think we've got a good WrestleMania 25th anniversary with Jeff playing a big part in it. That's my top 5 current superstars of today. I know there'll be a lot of disagreements in it, but we're talking about at this very moment in time, the last few months, the few months that are going to follow on from now. Now if you disagree, put it down in the comments. If you agree with me, put it down in the comments. Rate what I thought down below with the stars. Subscribe if you like what I'm saying. We usually have Bellboy giving very, very valid points. Anyway, hopefully we'll be seeing more of Bellboy next time. So get well soon, Bellboy. And next time we're going to have our end of the year Christmas special. So that's going to be a good one. We'll have a little celebration there and we'll tell you exactly what we thought of the year and next year, the year to come in 2009. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And until next time, what goes on under the hat stays under the hat.